I'm Elle Flanders, and I'm here with noted film critic Ruby Rich. We're here to talk about her magnificent, beautiful new book called The New Queer Cinema, The Director's Cut.
Thanks, Elle. Great to be here.
You open your book with, you give us a great picture of what it was like to be there in the moment of new queer cinema. But you locate it right here in Toronto at the Toronto International Film Festival, which was then called the Festival of Festivals. What was happening?
Oh, what was happening? Well, it was a smaller festival back then, but it was equally exciting in many different ways. It was the place to make discoveries, and the great thing about it that year for me was that the discoveries involved queer film. And it wasn't just about international art cinema with a worthy little gay documentary in the corner. It was the merging of those worlds, so that the statusy films, the films everyone wanted to see, the films that were aesthetically exciting and seeming like a breakthrough, were actually about the lives and ideas and deaths and challenges of my communities. And that was new. That had never happened. I always had to parcel myself out. Here I could come and get to be a film critic, and over there I could go and get to be a lesbian. But I didn't get to do them both at the same time until 1991 in Toronto.
And what did you see?
What did I see? I saw Derek Jarman's landmark film, Edward II, and about Edward II's love for Galveston, the young man he brings into his kingdom who becomes his downfall.
With the gorgeous Tilda Swinton.
Starring Tilda Swinton as his spurned, vengeful queen. I saw The Hours and Times by Christopher Munch, which fantasized about the weekend in Barcelona that John Lennon spent with his then manager Brian Epstein, and what might have happened, because Epstein was famously gay and a depressive. And did he ever get John into bed? Did he try to get John Lennon into bed? So it was, as if somebody had made a cinema verite documentary of something that really happened, except that it was fiction, and it was gorgeous black and white, and it was just wonderful. And so I saw all these different kinds of films, not the girls yet. The girls were lagging behind. Lesbians in 1991 were still making videos that were thrilling and exciting but couldn't yet be shown in film festivals. Unlike today, 2013, when you can't show film anymore and have to show everything digitally. Back then, if something was in video, as digital was called, you couldn't show it in a film festival. So it was a different moment. The ghettos were different, the categories were different, and yet bursting through everything in the fall of 1991 and the winter and spring of '92 came this wave of new films that broke the rules, that did something different, that put together the elements of filmmaking in really fresh ways and brought queer culture, outrage, desire, celebration, anxiety, all into the mainstream for almost the first time. And
you saw it, and you coined it the new queer cinema.
Wasn't that nice? That was lucky. Well, you know what happened with that tag, Elle? It was very useful to people, because ideas like this don't work if they don't have use value. It was immediately repurposed into a marketing hook, and it became a way to promote films so that people who might want to see them knew that they were going on, knew that it was happening. And so it got taken up, and I didn't expect it to be. I was initially surprised, and then grateful, and then gratified, and then maybe eventually annoyed, like, hey, But it's come back around. It's never completely gone away, and happily, it has survived as a category to be here for a whole new cycle of really interesting, exciting work.